Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and welcome to our look at the best aircraft add-ons released in 2025. Since there have been so many great releases, this series is split between airliners, executive aviation, which you're looking at today, and general aviation, which I'm going to limit on to recreational aircraft. So today we are going to start with the executive aviation, and there are three top-notch aircraft that have been released this year. Spot number 3 is actually going to be a shared one between the Black Square Dukes and the Black Square TBM 850, both of which came out this year. So let's start by looking at the TBM 850. And the TBM really is a beautiful aircraft. It features great performance while at the same time being a superb and unique airplane to fly. The Black Square TBM 850 does not just come with the enhancements from the previous FS 2020 versions, such as the ability to interact with things during the walkaround, such as adding and removing your aircraft's covers, or the ability to move the prop. You can also open the doors and stuff like that. But most importantly, when we are going inside, we will find that the aircraft is right up there at the current level that you would expect from Black Square, which is superb avionics, superb graphics, and just a whole lot of fun to fly. Sharing the third spot with the TBM are the Black Square Dukes, and that package does not just come with a single aircraft, but there are 3 aircraft available there. The Piston Duke, the Grand Duke, which is a Piston Duke with a turbocharger, as well as the Turbine Duke. All 3 of those aircraft done to the same level of standard, all 3 of them absolutely beautiful to fly, and they feature the same features that you've seen on the TBM as well, like the ability to interact with the external models. And going inside, we also have the latest avionics in here, featuring support for either the default GNS 530 and 430 or the TDS GTN XI, which is a fantastic set of avionics to fly an airplane like this. Overall, I really couldn't decide which of those aircraft I would prefer, so I simply decided to place the Dukes as well as the TBM together on the third spot. 2025's second best executive aircraft is going to be the FlightFX Cessna Citation 10. Available through Marketplace, the Cessna Citation 10 is a wonderful business jet with a range of 3,000 nautical miles, flying up to 50,000 feet at a speed of Mach 0.92. It's the most performant civil aircraft that we are going to find in Flight Simulator 2024. Probably ever. FlightFX's rendition of the aircraft features a superb model both on the outside but especially on the inside of the aircraft. You can interact with any of the usual things that you would expect from Flight Simulator 2024 aircraft, and if we open up the door and make our way inside, we are going to meet an absolutely fantastic passenger cabin and flight deck in the aircraft. The passenger cabin features space for 8 seats and even has a toilet at the back, all of which are modeled in a fantastic level of detail for a business jet that's probably the best we've seen in the simulator overall. But going into the flight deck is where the aircraft really starts to come to life. You've got a full FMC implementation, you've got a full glass cockpit, electronic flight instrument system, and you've even got a full autopilot including VNAV. On top of that, the aircraft also comes with a tablet that gives you the ability to display your Navigraph charts on here. Now, a fantastic airplane that's really a great joy to fly, and a very, very well-deserved spot number 2, making it the second best executive aircraft that was released for Flight Simulator 2024 in the year 2025. Before we move on to my absolute favorite executive aircraft in 2025, I really want to give an honorable mention over here, and that one goes out to the PMDG Boeing Business Jet 2, which is the business jet version of the Boeing 737-800, and PMDG have really put some work into that one in their 737 package as well. Now, since this aircraft is based on the 737 airliner, I am only going to give it an honorable mention in this series. However, it is really worth checking out if you're after business jets. The BBJ-2 comes with the full system fidelity of the Boeing 737s that you have come to love from PMDG, while also featuring all the smaller changes in the systems that the BBJ comes with. For example, you can get the external tank system, respectively the auxiliary fuel system. You get the correct standby instruments for the Boeing business jet, and it also gives you all the other options that the PMDG 737 comes with, like the ability to add a heads-up display for the aircraft, and it also delivers a full executive cabin, as well as the ability to control your air stairs and all that lovely stuff that you know from the PMDG 737. Now, beautiful cabin over here, even though not as highly detailed as the cabin of the Citation 10 that we've just had a look at is. Overall, definitely an aircraft that's not your typical executive aircraft, but most definitely one worth having a look into. And with that, let's go ahead and move on. My absolute favorite executive aircraft released in 2025 simply has to be Black Square's Starship. Starship is such a unique and excellent aircraft. Looking at it, you've got a completely different design from what you are normally used to with an aircraft. You have pushing turboprop engines, you've got a rudder that is attached to the far end of the wing, and you've got, well, there is a debate whether this is a canard or not, but you've got the forward wing in this aircraft. Featuring all the other things that Black Square aircraft features, we can head inside and have a look at this fantastic airplane. The cabin is a 6-seat configuration featuring a toilet at the very back of the aircraft, and the cockpit just is something so different from what you're used to. You've got your CRT displays, you've got an FMC, yes, that's literally what this is over here, and you got a complete 1970s aircraft navigation system. But if you do want something a little bit more modern, you got the option to put a GNS 430 down here to be able to fly to a higher degree of RNAV capability. Overall, such a unique aircraft and such a beautiful aircraft that Black Square has decided to simulate over here that is nothing like what we've seen before in our Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 history, that this airplane absolutely deserves to be spot number 1, the best executive aircraft released in 2025. I would really like to end this video by thanking all the wonderful developers for providing review versions of the aircraft, without which it would be very expensive to keep up with all the new releases. So thank you so much for supporting YouTubers, to all of those developers out there. You guys are really making channels like these possible. Keep the wonderful products coming next year. And with that, thank you very much for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And if you guys really like what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.